Good morning, student. We have seen yesterday exothermic reaction. So, what happens in exothermic reaction? Heat is released along with the production of the products. है ना? प्रोडक्ट बनने के साथ हीट भी रिलीज होती है. हीट रिएक्शन से बाहर हो जाती है. So that type of reactions are called exothermic reaction. The reaction in which heat is released along with the formation of products is called exothermic reaction. Now basic question, why heat is released? Why heat is released? Because see here, so calcium oxide plus water gives us calcium hydroxide plus heat. So what is calcium oxide in our commercial name? It is lime, pig lime, चूना. ठीक है? If we add water into it, this water and calcium oxide will react and will produce slaked lime, that is CaOH2. है ना? Virrella चूना. Okay? So in the ancient days or 20 years ago, most of the home were whitewashed using this slaked lime. Okay, so calcium oxide plus water gives us what? Calcium hydroxide. So this reaction is exothermic. Heat is produced in this reaction. Okay, now why heat is released? Because there is energy in the bond between calcium and oxygen. There is energy between bond between hydrogen and oxygen. Now these old bonds are broken. Old bonds are broken and new bonds are formed between calcium and hydroxy, OH group, OH minus ion, calcium 2 plus and OH minus, hydroxide group, है ना? Hydroxide group ion, negative ion. So new bond is formed. So in old bond there was more energy and new bond there is less energy. So suppose it is 100 joule, it is suppose 5 joules, 100 minus 5, 95 joules surplus of energy is produced over there, and that's why heat is released in this reaction. And such reactions are called exothermic reaction. Okay? For example, there is a big house of suppose 1000 crore. We demolish it and take out the things from that house. So these things are sold. It comes out to be of 1 crore, and we make a hut over there costing only 1 lakh. So 1 crore minus 1 lakh, that is 99 lakhs will be left over and will be released in the form of heat energy. So in the same way, here what happens? The older bonds have more energy, newer bonds have less energy. So difference of energy will be given out in the atmosphere in the form of heat. So this reaction we call as exothermic reaction. Have you understood? Okay. Now second reaction is carbon and oxygen burn to produce what? Carbon dioxide plus heat energy release. So in this way, carbon oxygen bonds are having more energy and carbon dioxide bond is of low energy. The difference is given in the form of heat. So this reaction is very common in many places. Cooking is done with the help of burning coal. Also in thermal power station, carbon is burned, that is coal is burned in the powdered form, heat is released, heat is used to boil the water. The boiled water will produce steam, it drives the steam turbine and produces electricity. In our Chandrapur district, Chandrapur thermal power station produces heat energy by this reaction. So it's an exothermic reaction. And for India, coal deposits are, lot of coal deposits are to us, so that it will last for around 200 years. Okay, so this is called exothermic reaction. Then twice H2 plus O2 gives us twice H2. Hydrogen burns in oxygen and produces water, and lot of heat energy will be given out. So this is also pollution free fuel. Hydrogen is pollution free fuel because what is produced? Water is produced. Water vapor have 0% harm to us. More it is good for us. Dry air is bad. Moisture is good for us. So this reaction will be used in future for driving the vehicles. So this is the eco-friendly fuel, hydrogen plus oxygen. So this is also an example of exothermic reaction. Now next is burning of natural gas. Why it is called natural gas? CH.4, the methane. The methane gas is called natural gas because it is produced naturally. In the guts of animals, the food decomposes and methane gas is produced naturally in the guts of the animals. Then it is also produced in marshy area. When waterlogging occurs, waterlogging होने की वजह से क्या होता है बोलो, वहाँ के जो ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल है वो सड़ते हैं. Some anaerobic respiring bacteria decompose it and releases carbon dioxide and methane, hydrogen gas, water vapor, etc. But methane is the main part, naturally produced in the marshy area. Okay. Then in biogas plant also methane is produced. So natural decomposition of organic matter produces methane. That's why it is called as natural gas. Okay. It is not collected naturally. It is collected from oil well. It's a byproduct of oil well because oil well produces it in large amount. Any production is required to produce large amount of that. That's why it is produced over there. So methane and oxygen combine to produce what? Carbon dioxide and water vapor. Now this is also exothermic reaction. So heat will be released in this reaction. Okay. So plus heat you can write there, and it's also exothermic reaction. Okay. So you might have heard the word CNG, compressed natural gas. Many vehicles are running on that CNG, compressed natural gas. Okay. This compressed natural gas is used to drive the vehicle. In Delhi, it is made compulsory to drive any city-driven vehicle with the help of what? Methane. Because pollution, lot of pollution is there in Delhi. Delhi and New Delhi comprising of 4 crores of population. Our Vidarbha region have only 2 crores of population. So 2 Vidarbha region is residing in only one city. So a lot of pollution is there in Delhi. So for getting a rescue from that pollution, methane gas was recommended by Supreme Court. Okay. So this methane plus oxygen uses carbon dioxide plus water vapor. Then respiration reaction. In respiration, we are respiring. 24 hours we are respiring. You are breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling the air and exhaling the air. So this is done 24 hours. So during respiration, oxygen is absorbed by lungs and it reaches to each and every cell of our body. Then we eat potato, we eat rice, we eat chapatis, we eat jawar, rotis. All these will be digested and what will produce? Carbohydrates will produce. Carbohydrates will be broken down into glucose. Whatever you eat, finally the final end product of digestion is what? Glucose. Carbohydrates will be digested in the form of glucose in the small intestine and will be absorbed by release present over there. Then it is passed to the blood. The blood will carry up to cell. So glucose is carried up to cell and oxygen is also carried up to cell. Oxygen and glucose combine in the cell by a reaction called as respiration reaction. C6H12O6, 6O2 gives us 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. So glucose reacts with oxygen to produce what? Carbon dioxide, which is soluble in water, then soluble in blood, and then finally comes out through the exhaling gases and water in liquid state. So in our breathing out, which gases are there? Carbon dioxide and water vapors. Plus energy will be released. This energy will be used by each cell for performing their work. We have seen the warm-blooded animals require more oxygen. Warm-blooded animals require more oxygen because they have to maintain their body temperature. So maintain that body temperature, lot of energy required. So this lot of energy is given by whom? The respiration. You know which reaction? The respiration reaction. This respiration reaction gives lot of energy. This energy used by a cell. Okay, and you can experience if you are still sleeping, you may not be sweating. If you are running, you will definitely start sweating. Why? Because a lot of energy is released during this respiration reaction, and this results in the sweating. Because our body becomes hot, so sweating occurs and it starts to cool our body. So this way, the respiration is also exothermic reaction. Now decomposition. What farmers do? Farmer dig a big pit and fill what? The waste remaining of his farm. First layer, then put soil on that, water it. Again fill that waste remain, again water it, and it produces a decomposition of this vegetable matter will produce what? Fertilizer, compost fertilizer, which is best for the farm. खेती के लिए अच्छा फर्टिलाइजर यहाँ पे बनेगा, तो क्या होगा बोलो? डिकम्पोजिशन होगा, वेजिटेबल मैटर का डिकम्पोजिशन होगा. Now why it is covered by soil? Because after covering by soil there will be anaerobic condition, ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिलेगा और हीट भी बनी रहेगी, and heat will be more than 40 degrees Celsius. That's what will happen. The anaerobic microorganism will enter there and will decompose the vegetable matter and will produce compost manure, which is best for our farming. Okay, so this also releases heat energy, so it will become hotter, it will become more hotter, decomposed matter will become more hotter, and that's why heat is released here. So decomposition is also a process where heat is released, and it is also exothermic reaction. Have you understood? Okay, let us revise again. What is exothermic reaction? Below, the reaction in which heat is released along with the formation of products is called exothermic reaction. For example, quick line CaO. Reaction to what? Water vapor. Water to form what? Calcium hydroxide plus heat energy will be given out. Then carbon plus oxygen gives us carbon dioxide plus heat energy will be released. C plus O2 gives us CO2 plus heat energy will be released. Twice H2 in gaseous state plus oxygen in gaseous state will give us twice H2 in liquid plus heat will be given out. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to produce water and lot of heat will be produced. Then burning of natural gas, CH4 plus 2O2 gives us CO2 plus twice H2O. It also produces lot of heat. Then this reaction is used in the vehicles driven by CNG gas. Okay, CNG gas is not allowed in a home because we are using LPG gas, which contain what? Butane and isobutane. So these two sections are separated purposefully, and otherwise both are interchangeable. Both gases can be used here and there. The respiration reaction, glucose is carried to the cell by bloodstream. Oxygen is also carried to the cell to the bloodstream. Glucose and oxygen combine to produce what? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So this is also exothermic reaction. And you run, you respire more, and sweating occurs. That is also indicating that respiration is exothermic reaction. Then decomposition of vegetable matter. Compost manure is produced by decomposition of vegetable matter. So inside that decomposing pit, the exothermic reaction is going on. So decomposition is also an example of exothermic reaction. Have you understood? Okay, so tomorrow's homework is what? Define exothermic reaction and give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples of exothermic reaction. Have you understood? Bye. Like my channel, Putti Science Academy, share it to your friends, and hit the bell icon. Okay, bye.